Okay.
Sort of flying start.
Here we go.
I think some people can hear it.
Oh, someone's saying something's happening.
Oh, something's happening, I think.
Oh.
Oh my God, I just heard myself.
Folks, can you hear us now? There is
Oh!
sound! Hooray!
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of an echo.
Yeah. Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
what's up, dog? Yeah, we
Fucking
can.
hell.
Yeah, we can hear you too. Yeah.
When we said we were going live,
Can you
we
hear
knew
us,
anything
guys?
could happen.
Oh, thank Christ for that.
Oh my God.
Do you know, I hate to sound like the IT crowd, and I know we shouldn't really give Graham Linehan his dues, but I did just have to turn it off and on again.
Simple as that.
Mate,
so-
he turned it on. He turned it on and, off
that's the
again.
only
Praise be
credits
to
I will,
Jesus.
that's the only credits I will now give that
But,
man.
well, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Oh, thank.
L, say I can hear you, Clem Fandango. Just do it, please, please, please.
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Yeah, mate, we're back in the room. How's everyone doing? We sound familiar. We've had a techno problem, but please, techno notice, because we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a bloody lot of fun. You've been radio silence for a lot of while. We're all warmed up. We're ready to go. And here's a Stephen Hawking impression. Ah, yes. Why don't you fuck yourselves? I'm in heaven. We're having a lot of fun. Ah, yes. It's going to be a lot of fun. Ah, yes. A la 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 long. A la 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 long, 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 long. Okay, over to you, Chris.
Right, thank you.
We're off to a great start.
Well, we did do an introduction whilst no one heard us, and it took us a little while.
silent
to do that.
introduction, like a
We gave our best
jazz
lines.
musician.
But it solved a big dilemma. We've not overlapped with the Big Finish listening party, so you've got no excuse now. No excuse.
So we have.
And, yeah, you guys have been keeping each other company. Bit of chat.
Yeah.
Not the 9 o'clock
Thank-
news. Nice.
Thank you for staying with us, and we're back in the game.
We're back in the game. We're so glad it's wonderful to be here. We've got a good little bit of comedy we're going to deliver for you, and
A little bit of comedy, not much.
just a little bit, just a little tiny bit of humour.
Subjective.
And lots of really serious news broadcast. No.
The news has been-
a lot of comedy.
The idea behind this is the news has been very depressing of late, and we thought, well, let's bring you some different news that will brighten your evening and day, and you don't have to tune on and go, oh God. This time, we hope you laugh.
So, guys, are we ready?
We're nearly ready. What do you reckon? What do you reckon on the chat? Should we get straight into it, or does anyone want to hear some certain impressions? Does anyone want to hear any of our Doctor impressions, or more Stephen Hawking singing Christian rhymes?
Place your votes now.
No. Okay. Silent night, holy night. I'm going to do that for the next 10 minutes, unless you request something. Little donkey on that dusty. I'll do it as Mick Jagger. Little donkey on that dusty. Oh. Okay, Doctor impressions. What you want to hear? What's going on? The world's in flames, but it's all right, It's going to be fantastic. What are you saying? What are you saying, number 10?
Well,
All right, don't worry about that.
well, I'm just trying to
Take your
guess.
fucking time. All right, take your time, mate. Take your time. Don't worry.
goodness
we're live. We're live.
Well,
all right?
I'm pretty sure everyone here is here to listen to We Sound Familiar News. So I'm just thinking maybe once the doctors have given their 10 cents on the situation, we maybe give the people what they want.
Well,
All right,
the
then.
second Doctor and I are sort of on borrowed time, so I suppose we better get a move on.
Yes, I think we'd best start. Are we ready?
Oh,
Might as well ever be.
I believe
Absolutely
you and asked for us
raring to
do
go.
a third Doctor impression, so I am more than glad to oblige.
Right.
I am the Doctor.
Well, we're all here. How about let's start the show?
Oh, can we have one more? I think we've got someone. I don't know who he is. Hamish McCormick. Do Alan Partridge agreeing to work on the veg picking crew, but thinking he's being asked to motivate the youth? I think that's I think we can.
What?
We could do that together, can't we, Chris?
Yeah,
Listen.
it could be a partridge duo. Two partridges in a pet. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, we could give it a go. Nothing wrong with picking up a bit of veg.
Listen, these Bulgarians, you can't trust them because listen, Alan.
Oh my
They'll
God.
go through your bins, mate. And they'll go. They'll steal a phone charger from your bloody nan. Okay.
That's-
You don't want your phone charger stolen from your nan. Get with it, buddy. Listen to Stormzy, you shit.
Right. Now, let's crack on. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a good
stuff.
show for you tonight, so let's begin.
Crisps.
Good evening. It's 9 p.m. on Friday, the 1st of May, 2020. I'm Elliott Crossley, and here are our top stories tonight. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has appointed a new chief crisis minister to handle the COVID-19 outbreak.
Little pigs, get inside!
In America, a new candidate has thrown their hat into the 2020 US election to oppose Donald Trump.
He's not a real candidate. He's about as real as the hair on my head. True story.
Battlegrounds of Twitter as Doctor Who fans finally say they've had enough.
I just don't know why people are watching shit episodes with other people online. I mean, just moan about them on your own.
You're listening to We Sound Familiar Fake News.
Fake news.
Fake news!
Fake news. Spam. Crisps. Rain. Crisp. 9 p.m. Stay tuned. Spam.
Good evening. In Bobsville, Sunflower Valley, a local building contractor has been arrested earlier today for inappropriate behavior. Peter Walsh has more.
Once a pillar of the construction profession.
Scoop! Talk to me! We used to be mates and now you can't even look at me! We were a team! We could fix anything! Why?
Once a pillar. Yes. Once a pillar of the construction profession, now, as seen on this CCTV clip, a rambling concern. Bob the Builder, beloved builder of cartoon shows and whatnot, age 45, has been arrested for trespassing at the JCB factory. Bob was found naked, under the influence of bath salts, and screaming at plant equipment, begging them to speak to him. These scenes were captured on CCTV earlier today.
Dizzy! I knew you weren't happy with me spending so much time with Wendy, but I chose you! I know you're behind all this, Lofty, you treacherous blue bastard!
We have Bob's doctor with us now, Dr. Nick. Bob has been in your care for some time now. What could have happened to this beloved children's character for him to do this?
Well, firstly, all together now. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Dr.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Good enough. Well, I believe Bob suffers from a lot of stress, trying to live up to his father Robert and his grandfather, whom were both builders. This stress can be very harmful to someone of Bob's character.
What was it about Bob that put him in your care? Is this behavior he's done before?
His partner Wendy made me aware that he does spend a long time working on his own with various construction equipment, but soon discovered he was talking to the machines as if they were living people.
How long had he been doing this, Doctor?
Oh, potentially many years. I believe it could be rooted from deep psychosis or troubled childhood where he grew up. He was quite a lonely child who found comfort in talking to the equipment. Unfortunately, this behavior did not change, even in his 40s.
Fuck you, Spud, you straw sack of shit!
Right. Here you can see he's taking his frustration out on a scarecrow. Doesn't it strike you as odd?
Oh, not at all. I believe this to be again rooted back to Bob's first bully, who was also nicknamed Spud. Spud was the first person to insult Bob for talking to his equipment.
We tried to speak to Spud earlier today. Who said this?
Well, it's bloody weird, isn't it?
Do you think there's any hope for Bob, Doctor?
It's difficult to say, but I believe a change of occupation would suit him better. Construction work is quite stressful.
Dr. Nick, thank you. Back to you, Al.
Hi, everybody!
Great.
Truly distressing stuff to see there, isn't it, John?
It really is, which is why we're asking tonight if you've seen any children's characters acting inappropriately, or any characters or celebrities for that matter. If so, please do comment in the stream or tweet hashtag WSF fake news. This isn't a bit. We actually want you to do this, so please don't screw us over this one, because we've had enough of that already tonight.
Yes, indeed. Please do get in touch. In more news, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has appointed a chief crisis minister to handle the COVID-19 outbreak earlier today. Chris Walker-Thomson reports.
With the lockdown now extended for another 2 weeks, British population have been following the strict rules in the same way they follow drink responsibly guidelines. With the population now insistent on going out to public areas, ignoring the social distancing 2-metre rules, the Prime Minister has appointed Negan as his chief crisis minister. Oh, wait, I think Negan is stepping outside of number 10 now. Yes, and there are 4 men kneeled 2 metres apart at his mercy. Little pigs, your goddamn attention, please! Ha ha! Now, your PM has asked me to take charge as you sons of bitches haven't listened to one goddamn bit of advice, which was to stay indoors like a good little boy or girl. Look, I get it. Staying cooped up indoors will make anyone go crazy. But what's crazier is going outside and making this period of staying inside much, much longer now. I don't know about you, but I love the outdoors. I want to see it again in my lifetime. But if you dumb bastards keep misbehaving, then I'm going to get really pissed off. Now, I didn't want to do this, but the Sue and I have got to make an exception here. No exceptions. So, here are a few shit for brains my boys found having a sunbathe in a public park.
Please stop. I'm so sorry. We're sorry. All we did was fancy a kickabout.
Look,
Go, man. Seriously.
this is hard on you guys, but I did say no exceptions. Oh my goodness! Look at that! The rest of you are now behaving. Well, holy shit! Now remember, if any of you don't stay indoors, old Lucille's going to town. Back to you in the studio, Al.
Breaking news has just come in of an ongoing police chase along the M6 following a car refusing to stop. We go live to the scene where Pete Walsh is there now. Pete, hello, can you hear us?
I can just about hear you, hello, Al. Below me right now is a police pursuit which has been going along the M6 since Madewell. They are currently giving chase to a black Subaru with 2 occupants. Apparently the car refused to pull over when signalled, where the driver took out a sawn-off shotgun, pointed it at the officer and told the officers, "This is my essential," and then sped off.
Pete, have there been any descriptions of the drivers? Has anyone been able to identify them?
Police have not yet police have not yet identified the occupants. However, have described one of them as pink and very fluffy, with the other with a zipper for a mouth. We'll hopefully have an update soon for you, El.
Thanks, Pete. Stay safe out there.
I will.
Good.
Touch me.
Later. We'll come back to you and give you more information as soon as we have it. Those two sound very familiar. In other news in the US, a new candidate has thrown their name into the ring for the 2020 elections. Our US correspondent Stephen Williams reports. Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Donald Trump. These are the three main competitors in the race to become president of the United States in 2020. However, a new candidate has stepped out of the darkness to join the race to the White House, and he's bringing that darkness with him.
This is a political broadcast brought to you by the Snake Mountain Party.
Greetings, my future minions. I am Skeletor, ruler of Snake Mountain and sworn enemy of that foolish ne'er-do-weller, He-Man. And today, I am announcing my candidacy for President of United States of America 2020.
While some of his mannerisms, his policies, and his methods are very unorthodox, he seems to have garnered a lot of votes and seems to be quite popular with a number of age groups, including the 18 to 25s and 50 plus. I was very lucky to be able to have a quick interview with the Dark Wizard and talk about what he plans to do once he's in the Oval Office. In your campaign video, you said you've had opposition from a certain party who disagree with your policies.
Yes, I've had previous troubles with that fool He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Also, who calls themselves the Masters of the Universe? That sounds quite oppressive if you ask me. It wouldn't surprise me if He-Man himself was a misogynist. Probably a racist, too.
You seem to have had quite a successful campaign so far. How were you able to amass so much funding for such a huge campaign in so little time?
Well, first of all, David.
My name's Stephen.
Well, John, money is not a necessity for me. If I require it, I create it, because I'm a f***ing sorcerer. Luckily, as I've been evil for so long, I've had the chance to meet some fellow evildoers along the way who are more than happy to fund my campaign, including Lex Luthor, Cobra Commander, Red Skull, Rick Sanchez, Ronald McDonald, and Donald Trump.
Wait, you've managed to secure backing from the current president of the United States?
Of course! How do you think he got that position in the first place?
We tried to speak to President Trump earlier today for a comment. This was his reply.
Skeletor is a great guy. He's a very great guy. But he didn't make me president. I made me president. I am so great. I mean, I don't even know Skeletor that well. But I think he's got good policies.
Wow, you are truly evil. So you've made clear you're opposed to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, but what do you hope to achieve when you're in office?
Well, one thing I've learned is a ruler is only as good as the country he rules over. And I am a cruel but benevolent dark ruler, so I'm offering free health care to all citizens and the unemployed, free food vouchers, and a program to help them find work or face public electrocution.
I think you mean public execution.
No, Richard. I meant what I said.
Right, okay. But these promises you're making sound a bit too good to be true. Are you sure you can make these happen?
Of course! I'm a wizard, Harry!
Huh. Well, thank you for your time, and good luck with your campaign, Skeletor.
Thank you, Stephen.
With Vice President Beastman and First Lady Evil Lynn by his side, it seems the future looks bleak, but bright for President Skeletor. Stephen Williams, WSF News. Earlier today, the Home Department, in their effort to clamp down on deporting anyone living in the UK without a visa, have decided to deport a popular community bear. Chris Walker-Thomson reports now from Kensington, London.
A friendly face to many, but if they're illegal, then justice has to be done. Paddington Bear has had to be deported after it was found that he was living in the UK without a visa.
Send him back.
Paddington, not his real name, emigrated here from Peru in 2014 and has been living with the Brown family. Neighbour to the Browns, Mr. Brexit, had this to say.
Well, I think it's disgraceful. It's like all the bloody rest. Come over here, starts becoming a drain on my system. I clean my drains out, clean them every fucking day. He hasn't done a day's work since he's been here, and he's done nothing but cause trouble in this neighbourhood, shouting and being a little bear twat. Then to top it all off, he brings his elderly aunt over, helping herself to crisps and the NHS, I bet. Dodgy hip, I know what your game is, mate.
And after the courts rejected his appeal, Paddington had this to say.
Today is a very sad day. I have lived with the Brown family for 6 years, and they have shown me nothing but kindness. That this country and its legal system could not do the same. I tried to fill in the appropriate paperwork several times. The pages tended to get all sticky with marmalade. But when I have managed to go through the proper channels, I will return, and plan to adapt my experiences for Paddington 3, which the world really needs right now.
Sad, but necessary, according to Priti Patel. Chris Walker-Thomson, WSF News.
Back to our breaking news story tonight. The two suspects in the ongoing police chase have been confirmed as Zippy and George from beloved children's TV show Rainbow. We go live once again to Pete Walsh in the helicopter now. Hello, Pete.
Hello there, El. Yes, that's right. The chase has been ongoing along the M6 towards the M6 toll. The car, a black Subaru, was found to be driven by Zippy with George as a passenger, was pulled over as part of lockdown precautions. Zippy and George were said to be acting suspiciously and not cooperating with police questions. Zippy then took out a sawn-off shotgun, pointed it at the officer, and then sped away. 6 police vehicles are now pursuing him, and we are following the chase in the helicopter. I'm being told that George is currently live streaming from the car on his official Twitter account. We'll play that through for you now. Be warned, some viewers may find this distressing or arousing.
Right, you pigs. I've got a boot full of crack cocaine here with a street value of 3 million, and you don't want to know what I did to Bungle to get it. But I'll tell ya. I blew his bloody bollocks off and strapped him to a chair with a bomb attached to it. If you don't call off your dogs, all I have to do is dial this number, and then boom, boom, Bungle.
Slow down, Zippy. We're coming up to the toll.
Oh, bollocks. Hold on. Hello, sir. How much is it? Right. Exact change only? Are you fucking kidding? You take card. Right, let me get up my Apple Pay. Oh, fuck.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in...
Oh, fuck! Fucking fuck!
What's the matter, Zippy?
I pressed the call button by accident. Bungle's gonna be a great big red rainbow over Birmingham by now.
So what do we do?
Mate, can you do contactless? Are you still streaming?
Yes.
Fuck, turn that bloody thing off.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for that distressing video link. And yes, news is coming in from Birmingham of an explosion at a warehouse. We'll bring you more information as soon as we get it. But for now, with the weather, here's Stephen Toast.
Oh shit! Get under the desk lamp. Yeah, there we go. Good evening. It's. I didn't say stop, love. Yeah, there we go. Oh right. It's been another day in quarantine, and it's my job to tell you what the weather is like outside. It's important I remind you, however tempting, very, very important that you remain inside. It's a bit pointless, really, but hey, you know what? Fuck it. No one's listening. I saw about 3 people at a train station earlier today. Twats. So, next week, the sun's... It's out. The south can expect very good weather. Bit of a piss take, really. Look, don't touch. No, not you, Dix. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Right, moving further north. I said moving further north. Yeah. Oh, yes. The Midlands in the northeast will be mostly overcast. Scotland will be very moist. Wet. I meant wet there. Yeah. In Wales, it'll be rather dull. No, there's nothing happening there or anything to do with weather. It's Wales. It's fucking boring. Go back to what you were doing before. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Clockwise. Yes, that's it. Now, in Ireland. In Ireland, there's the chance of storms. Oh, yes. Very, very strong winds. Ireland will get quite a thrashing. Oh my, you're going to want to hold on tight to something as things pick up. I mean, it's going to blow. Blow hard. Clem Fandango. Followed by light showers. Back to news. Get us a tell, would you, love? Thank you, Stephen. Jesus Christ. John, have we had any questions or comments come in from the people listening at home?
I just want to eat some more Stephen toast.
yes,
That's the
indeed,
best. That's the more fun than I've ever had.
I think he's cleaning himself up
Well,
at the
give
moment
us a
for reasons
chance.
we can't explain.
Yes, we'll get the mop and bucket team down to the weather studio straight away. Yes, we did receive a tip-off earlier. Ewan the Shadow Master, hello Ewan. He has informed us that from the island of Sodor, the Fat Controller has sent out an urgent statement assuring passengers that the rumours of his engines not doing their work are completely false. We go live to the Fat Controller now. Fat Controller, can you hear me?
We seem to be having some technical issues here. I don't know if we've actually got through to Sir Topham Hatt, I believe his official title.
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, hello, Mr.
It appears we had a little bit of a delay there.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
sorry
we've got
about
the
that.
Fat Controller. Hello. Yes. Yes, I've been seeing these rumors circulating on Twitter, and I can assure you they are completely false. They are really useful engines, and they are not lazy. Now we appear to have lost the Fat Controller again. We'll try and get that link up sorted again later on, and hopefully come back to him for a full statement. On our other channels, we are also hearing reports of a disturbance in Walmart in Florida. Apparently, Joe Exotic has caused a disturbance at the Walmart checkout. He has jumped the queue, which has caused a lot of trouble. I believe we have some mobile phone footage. Let me at her! Let me at her! That bitch Carol Baskin! I'm gonna set my tigers on her. From that footage, we can clearly see that he has either correctly or incorrectly identified a fellow shopper as Carol Baskin, and he's not holding anything back. As we know, with Joe Exotic, anything could happen. Also coming in, we're having inquiries as to how Colonel Sanders and Ronald McDonald are dealing with being furloughed in the current lockdown crisis. I have Colonel Sanders on the line, just waiting on Ronald McDonald to come through. Colonel Sanders, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Yes, and do we have Ronald McDonald here?
Hello?
Oh, dear God.
Okay, still working. Oh, we got Ronald McDonald. Okay,
can only
Colonel
do
Sanders and Ronald
some
McDonald.
things.
How are you? How you doing?
Sounds like a nonce.
I can see a message just come in from
I'm sure those allegations are completely unfounded.
Bad Wolf message come in saying he's heard that Christopher Eccleston has actually launched a podcast to compete with David Tennant.
He's got a podcast, does he?
Oh, good Lord.
How's he do that then? Has he?
No, you've
Well,
just set one
blimey.
up.
I believe, like everybody else, he just gets his mates up on
I've heard
Zoom
David Tennant's
and
one.
puts it out to the public.
I've heard David Tennant's one. Talks about his hair, doesn't he? Don't know
Mr.
about your hair
Eccleston.
tips, mate.
Mr. Eccleston, while we've got you live on the We Sound Familiar news, we just want to ask, what are your thoughts on this current isolation situation? And what is with the rivalry and bitterness with David Tennant, may I ask, out of curiosity?
David Tennant. You know what? He took over for me because I just wanted to sit at home, have a cup of tea. You know, when David Tennant said, "Oh, look at me posh hair, look at me posh hair," said, "Yeah, I'll regenerate from you." I said, "What are you talking about, mate? What are you talking about?" But you know, I was busy. I wanted to go down B&Q. I wanted to do this, go for a walk, be northern. That's why I didn't want to take it over. All right.
Thank you for your words there, Chris.
All right. Where's David Tennant?
Okay,
Isn't he online? Can we have a chat with him?
I'm afraid David Tennant is preoccupied, probably with another.
He's doing his hair, isn't he? He's doing his bloody hair.
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny, but the
That's
smell
it for
of
messages
VO5
for now.
hair
Back
products.
to you, El.
Fuck off, David.
Thank you, John, and Chris Eccleston there, ladies and gentlemen.
Shite.
Okay.
I tell you what, if David want to meet me back at the Weatherspoons that shut down, I'll have a word with him. All right. Fantastic.
Guys,
Stick it up your ass, David.
Why is Chris still on the phone, guys?
Can we
disconnect?
goodbye, Chris. I think we need to move on. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, I'll do that.
Social distancing and panic buying has been difficult to maintain in most supermarkets, but Liverpool's Sainsbury's branch has given their store the star treatment. Jonathon Carley reports.
Yeah, I've just had to run to this shop from the studio, but it's fine. It's fine. We planned all this out. So, as panic buying worsens, large and small supermarkets have added limits to the quantity of items that people can buy at any one time. However, this has been impossible to enforce as people continue to find ways of cheating the new regulations. With shelves depleting faster than the brain cells of these selfish customers, this Liverpool branch of Sainsbury's had to call in some big guns, and one movie star volunteered to help keep them under control. Be warned, this report does feature dodgy Scouse accents.
The fuck? What are you doing? Didn't I tell you? 2 of each item only. You put the pot noodle, put it back in your basket, you son of a bitch. Aye. Fuck you.
The store manager, whom wished to remain anonymous, is very impressed with his store's new security.
Well, I have to say, I think Arnie's doing a great job. I mean, he's really keeping the customers in line. We haven't had any trouble since. There's no pissing about. It's perfect.
Caught on camera earlier today, we can see a young man carrying 4 packs of toilet roll, but Arnie has clocked him.
What the hell are you doing with it? Just put it down. The fuck's wrong with you? Put it down now! Put it down!
Hey, calm down, man. It's not all for me, you smeghead. Some of it's for me dad. He's an essential worker, so he can't get to the shops.
So who is your daddy and what does he do?
He's a nurse.
I shall explain your circumstances to the cashier. Come with me if you want to wipe your ass.
So, how did it come about? How did you manage to employ Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Well, you see, we put an ad out on Twitter. Before you knew it, we had a reply. He was quite a fan of our sandwich meal deals. So, but we weren't the only supermarket after him, after he showed interest. I think it came down to us and Marks and Spencer's, and perhaps Lidl. But, so we were very lucky. And fuck you, Lidl.
We managed to get a quiet word with the big man himself earlier today. What prompted you to accept this position here at Sainsbury's, Mr. Schwarzenegger?
The thing is, my whole life has been leading to this. I've experienced getting unruly mobs of infants to cooperate. Sit down! I've experienced with getting to deal with panic buyers, to get my hands on essentials, like a Turbo Man doll. But most of all, I've seen Judgment Day, and my core objective is to shoot them all
before they buy all the toilet roll and pot noodles, you stupid son of a bitch.
Other movie stars have started following suit. George Clooney is carrying out delivery orders for Milton Keynes, and Piers Morgan is delivering a soapbox speech each day to keep people out of Hyde Park.
Piers
Back to you
Morgan,
in the
he
studio.
looks
Al.
like my ass.
Thank you, John. The lockdown has proven difficult for many, but one man has been in self-isolation for a record period of time. He joins me over video link now from Tatooine. Hello, Ben Kenobi.
Hello, Al.
Ben, thank you so much for your time today.
Not at all. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, we've been reaching out to our audience to find out how they are dealing with the current lockdown. Ben, you're an older man, therefore classed as vulnerable. How long have you been stuck at home?
Oh, I've been social distancing for a long time. A long time. Since before the dark times. Before lockdown. When you can go to a pub. I remember talking to cashiers and paying in cash. Oh, such a long time ago.
That is a very long time now. Are you not frustrated with being housebound?
Oh, not at all. You see, one of the primary teachings of the Jedi is patience. I've been at risk most of my life. You fear this COVID-19? Well, let me tell you about Order 66. And that was a bitch, I can tell you.
So, how do you keep yourself occupied? Many of our audience are finding various new ways of keeping busy. What we want to know is, what keeps Ben Kenobi motivated?
Oh, well, I have watched a fair amount of Netflix and Amazon Prime. I mean, I've just finished watching Picard, and I don't know if I was more bored during or before. I think I'll start on The Boys soon. If not, I'm sure there's more of Pornhub I can find.
Amazing. Do you get a good internet connection on Tatooine?
Oh, yes, of course. The Wi-Fi here is the best in the galaxy, and is most efficient. It allows me to work from home.
What sort of work do you do from home?
Well, you see, I tutor people in the ways of the Force.
Using the Force as a channel to communicate, I suppose.
Oh, no, I use Zoom. You see, the Force doesn't let you change the background. I mean, here I am on Coruscant. Here I am on Naboo. There's a tropical beach. And this is one of my favorite adult films. And here's the Playboy Mansion.
Wonderful.
And this is me behind me doing a two-finger salute.
Well, that is all we have time for. But Ben Kenobi, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, may the Force be with you.
There has been a lot of uncertainty in regard to the COVID-19 outbreak. So to give you some answers, Chris Walker-Thomson is with our scientific experts here to answer them.
Thanks, Al. So I am joined by Rick Sanchez. Rick, thank you for joining us. And who have you brought with you? Is this your son?
This human sack of Joe is my grandson, Morty. Speak up, Morty.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, shut up, Morty. What did I say before we got here?
Hey, everyone.
Christ.
So,
make up your mind.
That's okay. So let's dive into the questions. The first one is from Trisha in Basingstoke. She asks, I have 3 children and they are getting frustrated being stuck inside. Is it okay to take them to the park for an hour of exercise?
Okay, there are 2 schools of thought on this. Depending on how things go, you can choose one of 2 things. Either take your kids out of an hour for daily exercise to build their strength in preparation for a Hunger Games type scenario. You got 3 potential shots, and trust me, you want those odds in your favor. Or looking short term, keep them at home, and if anything, restrict their movement further. Decide which you love least and rechristen them lunch. It shouldn't be too hard. You have 3 statistically. One of them is gonna grow up to be a dick and a drain on society. Trust me, you'll be doing everyone and your family a favor.
Rick, you can't seriously suggest people eat their own children.
Why the hell not?
Okay. Anyway, Des from Halifax asks, I have read online that the coronavirus is in fact the first stage of sterilization of the Earth ahead of alien invasion. Is this true, Rick?
Oh, Daz, don't be so dumb. This is stage 4. Stage 1 was American Idol. Stage 2 was President Trump. And I'm not sure what stage 3 was. Might have been the Tide Pod Challenge or that time clowns started terrorizing neighborhoods. I don't know where you get your information from, Des, but you know too much, and I will be calling you after the show. You gotta decide. Are you in the circle or are you out?
Right. So this is all part of an elaborate plot leading to an alien invasion?
Well, duh. I mean, what else would it be?
I know, something to do with the Russians.
Oh, Jesus, Morty, what is your obsession with the freaking Russians? Anything doesn't happen or doesn't go your way, it's the Russians. When you got your dick tip in the zipper, was that the Russians, Morty? Huh? Are there greater forces at play here? You can't just blame every way in which you suck on the Russians.
Sorry, Rick.
Right. Well, Janice in County Down asks, I have been isolated at home for the last month, and I have found my daily alcohol consumption has steeply increased. I am now drinking half a bottle of vodka a day. I think I may have a problem. What can I do?
Well, the only problem you have is that if after a month you haven't experimented with the brown liquors, try it. Trust me, you'll thank me for it.
And finally, Sanjay in Edinburgh asks why you, as an older man, and therefore classed as vulnerable, have risked both yours and your grandson's safety in coming to the studio when you could have just phoned in.
Hey, he's got a good point, Rick. Why am I here?
Okay, firstly, you don't know me, okay? All you little roaches go around acting like you know better than science. Well, you don't. I do. I've been to other worlds and dimensions and been pumped full of shit you can't even imagine. Some of which I did it myself. I turned myself into a freaking pickle. I got this, motherfucker. Secondly, Morty here is actually forming part of a medical trial.
Yeah, I'm forming part. I'm what?
I've been planting Morty with a genome, which makes him like a walking vacuum cleaner for germs.
What the hell, Rick? That could make me seriously sick.
Oh, don't be stupid, Morty. This genome disables anything harmful and condense it into a solid sterile mass by 4 by 12 by 2 inches.
But what does that mean?
It means you're gonna be shitting bricks, Morty. You're gonna be shitting red bricks, brown bricks, yellow bricks, blue bricks, green bricks. Wubba lubba dub dub. He's shitting bricks.
Rick and Morty, thank you. Al?
Woo!
I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you better go, Morty. I think I gotta go too. More breaking news coming in from the M6 chase, which has now reached Stafford. We go live once again to Pete Walsh now. Pete, hello.
Hi, El, that's right. The chase is still ongoing. Some time ago, there was a development when Zippy accidentally detonated a device from his phone at the M6 toll, which has resulted in the tragic death of a big bloody bear. And we can confirm that this big bloody bear was Bungle. Since then, Zippy has gone live on Twitter and is explaining his demands to police. Again, please be warned, this video may contain arousing, distressing footage.
Please, Zippy, don't do this.
Shut it, you big tosspot. First of all, Bungle's death is on you. Now, like I said, George and I have a boat full of blow, and we're heading to Liverpool docks. We want a boat waiting for us and no police. Oh, and fuck it, 50k in cash. If you don't, give me the phone. If you don't, George is wearing an explosive vest. And all I have to do is press this little red button and he turns into pink confetti.
He will do it. Just give him the boat.
So, we want a boat, 50 grand, and no rozzers. George, no!
I want to
give
live,
me that.
Zippy. You can't do this to me.
No,
I helped you.
Oh, you stupid cunt!
Oh my goodness, shocking scenes here. There has just been a large explosion within the car. It has stopped moving. We have no idea what the status is of George and Zippy. We'll be back as soon as we know more.
Thank you, Pete. Truly shocking developments there. Now, As we've seen tonight, celebrities are dealing with self-isolation in different ways. Now, to talk about the cancellation of Eurovision this year, we have Sir Cliff Richard on the line now. Cliff, how's it going?
Oh, hey, can you hear me, El? How's it going?
Cliff, it's great to hear from you. You seem to be in good spirits.
Well, I'm having a really great time, so why wouldn't I be?
Well, we were going to discuss the unfortunate cancellation of
Cliff. Come back to bed.
Sorry, have I caught you at a
Eurovision.
bad time? Yes.
No, that's fine. No, listen, it doesn't bother me. You could say I'm experienced acts from around the world in my own bedroom. And let me tell you, some of them, I mean, they're pretty wild.
I
Oh, they
see.
are.
Okay. You're not currently in the UK right now, are you?
No, I've been in the UK for years. I don't want to pay tax in that shithole. No, I'm in my villa in Barbados. You get a great view of the topless beach there.
That's where he met me.
I
Good now, bitch.
see. As an older person, you are classed as being at risk. Are you taking precautions?
Yeah, let me tell you. I might as well put a plastic bag over my head. And yeah, the laptop is password protected, so nobody's gonna see what I do.
I meant more, is everyone observing the 2 meter/6 feet rule?
Oh, I see. Well, don't worry about that, mate. Because in my place, it's the 6-inch rule, if you know what I mean. And I tell you, I'm knee deep in babes right now, and let me tell you, I get more bottoms
He's
than a
reading more
toilet
like
seat.
7.
Okay. Are you not concerned about the coronavirus?
The is that a band? The what virus?
No, the coronavirus, COVID-19. It's been all over the news, and everyone's gone into isolation as part of the lockdown.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, I don't really watch the news anymore because I'm nearly in the grave. I had a bad experience not long ago. I thought I got to say, it was a little quiet outside.
There is a global pandemic going on right now. People are supposed to stay indoors other than for essential journeys.
So you're saying these potential women can't leave my house?
But pretty much, yeah.
Amazing. Listen, I'd love to speak to you, pricks, but I've got to go to Russia now to get her score. Congratulations and isolation. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. You know what? I'm just chucking out cobwebs at the moment.
Cliff Richard there. Thank you very much.
Cool. Just call me later, buddy.
In other news, Emperor Sheev Palpatine has been appointed the newly elected leader of the Labour Party. He speaks with Alan Partridge now. Hello, Alan.
Thanks, El. Nice outfit. Hair, not so much. See, joining me by a sinister blue hologram is the new Labour Party leader, Sheev Palpatine. Good evening, and congratulations on your win. Hello?
Thank you.
Oh, there you are. So how do you feel about your win on a scale of, 1 to 10?
He's got a hangover.
Definitely an 11. A little Spinal Tap reference for you there. See, I'm down with the kids. To be honest, I didn't expect you all to fall for that. Oops, nearly said too much there.
Hardly noticed. Like the time I was on a talk show and I popped a Viagra by accident thinking it was a paracetamol. It wasn't. And thankfully, no one noticed the tent forming in my lower region. But anyway, so
We've all been there.
Some critics within the Labour Party have expressed concern about appointing another leader with rather radical ideas, and who, in the grand scheme of things, is approaching the latter end of his political career. What do you say to that?
The discord within the party is an issue I intend to resolve. I will track down the rebels and wipe them out. All of them.
Fair enough. And what would be your priorities for the party going forward?
Well, first of all, we need to urgently address the funding crisis within the aid and other public services, and then in the longer term, managing the transitional Brexit process to make the result as equitable as possible for every man, woman, and child within Britain, as well as maintaining a positive diplomatic relationship with the European Union.
Oh, that's actually quite reasonable, because I would have thought you'd be kind of that type of person.
Before we wipe them out.
Ah, there we are.
All
there we
of
are.
them.
That's it. Yeah, the megalomania coming through there. There we go. We've had multiple snap elections over the last few years. If an election could potentially happen at any time, will you be able to get your party and policies in order in time?
I'm afraid our manifesto will be quite operational when the election arrives. Prepare to witness the power of this fully armed and operational Labour Party.
Emperor Palpatine, thank you. L.
Unlimited power!
Yeah.
Thank you, Alan. In some other news, the crisis in the Doctor Who fandom seems to have worsened. We go live to Chris Walker-Thomson in the midst of the conflict on Twitter. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Al. Things have escalated on Twitter with the Doctor Who fandom, as you can see behind me. I'm reluctant to say it's like the opening of the Genesis of the Daleks out here, with fans getting... Oh, that was close. With fans getting mowed down left, right and centre. All of this carnage caused from a friendly lockdown watch-along of past episodes that has just brought fans across the world together.
Chris, I'm not sure I'm receiving you clearly. Did you just say this was the result of a good thing?
That's right, El. What was an organised, fun fan event to pass time in this lockdown has now become the battleground of untold proportions. The very idea of inviting previous Doctors like David Tennant and Matt Smith to tweet alongside their episode's writers and other cast members, reminiscing and giving exclusive bits of behind-the-scenes info naturally encountered a backlash.
But this sounds like a great idea, Chris. Why would anyone oppose this?
Well, the self-appointed biggest fans believe these watch-alongs are ignoring the classic series, despite the fact that they're not as available as the newer series are. So naturally, they're pissed off and are attacking the organiser for excluding them.
It does sound quite peculiar behaviour for such a good thing. How bad has the backlash been?
Well, the backlash is pretty tame, Al. Not only have these pricks been attacking the organiser, but supporters of this very event itself are taking it upon themselves to pile on, reshare the backlash to encourage further pile-ons to the backlash. It's total fucking carnage, mate.
I apologise for the language there, viewers. Chris, please refrain from swearing.
I'm sorry, that was very unprofessional, but it's getting really hectic out here. You just can't help but get suckered in and get royally pissed off.
I understand where you're coming from. We can see the destruction behind you, or hear it from the sound of things. To think it's all spawned from effectively planning a unified watch-along.
Well, that's not all, Al. There was a recent incident after a fan whose identity has been hidden for legal reasons expressed an opinion online.
That doesn't sound very nice.
Well, that's not the half of it. You see, this unnamed fan posted their opinion, but emphasised anyone disagreeing with their opinion was a sexist, racist and overall dick. So naturally, people have come to argue with them, and they are wondering why they are getting this hate, blaming the cause on, and I quote, them being the victim.
Blimey. Well, is there anything else that we need to be made aware of? Oh, jeez. Chris, what was that?
Did you get that? Someone has just tweeted that they love Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and an explosion has just hit their mentions. Wait a minute. One group has claimed responsibility. They've released a video. I'm playing that video for you now.
are the Not My... Hello. We are the Not My Doctor fans. Jodie Whittaker is completely miscast as the Doctor. If you like her, you are wrong. And we will be there to remind you. If you like a photo on the official Doctor Who Facebook page, we will be there. If you share a cosplay of her or any of her characters, we will be there. If you think you can share your opinion that you liked her in any way, or somehow found Series 11 or 12 remotely interesting, we will be there. We are the Not My Doctor fans. We cannot be killed because we have no life. You have been warned. Oh my god, Mom, I'm recording a video.
Truly chilling stuff. Well, I do hope you and everyone out there are safe this evening.
It's complete carnage, Al. I mean, behind me are children. Innocent children. Victims of this trivial war. Lost without a fandom. We can only hope this horror can end. And soon.
Thanks, Chris. Stay safe out there. Now, there appears to be an update coming in regarding the crashed, burning wreckage of Zippy and George's car. We go live now once again to Pete Walsh. Pete, how's it going down there?
Just rubbing your gums, rubbing your... Okay, thank you. I can confirm the chase has come to an abrupt stop. There was a large explosion within the vehicle not long ago. We suspect that George was killed, but Zippy has in fact crawled out of the wreckage. And police crews are moving in. Hang on. I think we can hear them now.
No, the Coke! Oh, fuck! Oh, shit, I'm missing an eye.
Zippy, you are completely surrounded. Step away from the vehicle with your hands up.
Oh, you want some, do ya? You still want some, do ya?
Drop the gun or we will open fire.
You'll never take me alive, you motherfucker!
Pete, what's happening? What's going on?
L. Oh, fuck me, fucksticks, pardon my fucking French, but I've just seen what no one should ever have to see in their bloody life. Ladies and gentlemen, horrific scenes have taken place here. The standoff between Zippy and the police is over, and I can confirm Zippy was blown to absolute shitballs.
That's a truly sad end to the evening.
Shitballs.
And also to the life of one of our most beloved children's entertainers.
So much fucking fluff.
Pete, are you going to be all right?
I'll be all right. I'll just have a quick whack, a wash. Yeah. Pete Walsh, WSF News. Fuck sticks.
Tragic, truly tragic. And to wrap us up tonight, John, any more messages from our listeners?
Yes, we do have a few here, but before we get onto that, I've got Dr. Nick here with a quick message for Pete. Hi, Peter. It's Dr. Nick here. If you require post-traumatic stress counseling, I am available. I will post you my number after the show. Bye, everybody.
I don't need that. I need some bloody Valium. I need some Valium and a Thai girl.
I'll be honest.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
I can do a prescription for that too.
We'll have someone available soon for you, Pete.
To be fair, it's not every day you see a children's character get blown to pieces. So thoughts are with you, Pete.
I miss him so much.
I mean, we all liked Rainbow. We all love. We all like Rainbow.
I miss him so much.
Pete, come on, let's go and get some water. Come on.
Okay, I'll get it together.
Bye, everybody. Okay, thank you, Dr. Nick, for that very helpful gesture. Other messages coming in. Siobhan Galachan has asked, she's very worried about the Trumptonshire Fire Brigade gang, especially their leader, the Grub. I have sent a few inquiries over, and they can confirm that the Grub is safely isolated at home. Being an older person, he is classed as vulnerable so is taking the appropriate precautions. So I hope that puts your mind at rest.
That's reassuring to know.
Indeed. And a request for Alan Partridge. I have just emailed you this. You'll find it on your tablet there. Bad Wilf asks if you can read The Quangle Wangle's Hat, even if it's just the first paragraph. So we'll give you a minute to have a look at that, Alan, and we'll come back to you.
The Crangle Wangle's twat. Oh, sorry,
No,
hat. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Grow up. Grow up.
Yeah, whatever you say, mate. You
Grow
just
up,
watch Zippy get blown to bits. You can fuck off. Right.
Yeah, I'm over it, mate. I'm over it. I'll just get on with it, mate. I'm
Alan,
not
you're wasting
crying.
valuable time
For God's
to rehearse
sake.
this.
Right. On the top of the
Also-
crumpety tree, the Crangle Wangle sat, but his face you could not see, on account of his beaver hat. For his hat was 102 feet wide, with ribbons and bibbons on every side, and bells and buttons and loops and lace, so that nobody ever could see the face of the Quangle Wangle Cree. What a load of shit.
I'll do the next verse. Steve
do we
Hawking.
have to? It's fuck's sake.
The Quangle Wangle said to himself on the crumpety tree, jam and jelly and
Christ, we're giving
bread
them-
are the food for me. But the longer I live on this crumpety tree, the plainer every it seems to me. I couldn't give a fuck about this. Oh, we'd have been gypsy, all right. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other requests?
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan.
Alarmingly, I'm seeing Deport Paddington trending.
Fucking
you're,
send him
you're all
back, mate.
bigots and horrible.
Yeah. Fuck, just get him out. I don't want bears.
Pretty
You know,
Patel said
why are they
he-
coming over here?
Pretty Patel has
They
said
come
that
bears
he's
coming over here.
Security, can we deal with Mr. Brexit? He isn't supposed to be here.
They come over here and they want a job in Greg's.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on,
Right,
There's enough of that.
Like a football.
I've just had confirmation from Pretty Patel that he will be deported on the 47th of June. Really sad news that. I can see other news that breaking news. King Jong-un has reported to be alive. Eyewitnesses claim to have seen the dictator rummaging through the bins behind Greg's in Croydon. Well,
Pete, do you have any update on that? You're our man in the field.
Sorry, say that again.
Kim Jong-un reportedly seen alive and rummaging through the bins behind Greg's in Croydon.
Yeah, he's a great guy. You know, let him do it. Everyone loves to skip. You know, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, there's foaming in there. There's always a couple of plugs that need, rewiring. People throw away plugs. And it's like, why are you throwing it away? Kim Jong knows exactly what he's doing. And I think all the best to him. And let's fucking get Brexit done.
Your resourcefulness knows no bounds. And aside from some legitimate concern about us giving you a helicopter, Pete, that's everything.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of the show tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. You've been watching and listening to Peter Walsh, Jonathon Carley, and Chris Walker-Thomson. I've been Elliott Crossley, and this was We Sound Familiar News. Good night.
Stay at home. Stay
Bye,
at home.
everybody.